I'm Matt.
I'm Shane, and you are about to listen to an excerpt from a Comic Movie Marks podcast.
So if you like what you hear, make sure you hit that like button real hard, and make sure you subscribe to Comic Movie Marks. And always remember,
if Trailer Trash can do it,
anyone can do it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Woo! We are here!
Oh, man. Oh, man. Don't leave that in. Don't leave that in. Oh, shit. All right, we're ready. We're ready.
What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're recording, apparently. Stop laughing, fucking retards.
Yeah, we're getting more than 59 views, cock. Anyway.
Oh, shit.
Or whatever it was, 57 or something. Oh my god, anybody listening to this is gonna be so lost.
They're like, okay, all right.
Alright, so you heard our topics in that intro, maybe if we made it to then.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're laughing about. That's what's so funny.
So this is gonna be an all DC podcast. I know.
Shocker. Yeah. We have
that's the only news that's come out.
We have one DC movie for this whole year, yet all the news is surrounding DC. So,
that's a good point.
It's
we'll
amazing.
start off with a little bit of Marvel news. Black Panther continues to just wreck the shit out of box office records.
Yeah,
there we go.
absolutely.
They made more than Justice League ever could make, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Everybody
You've
wants
seen
to
all the
point that
clickbait articles, yeah.
Well, it's not clickbait, it's true.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
It is, yeah.
It's numbers.
It's fucking clickbait. If it's negative on the DC, it's clickbait.
Oh, way to go.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you. Get your shit straight. It's about the facts and truth, okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad.
We gotta seek for truth and fact.
And justice
and fucking
and a petition.
Zelda. And Princess Peach. And all them other motherfuckers. Anyway, so after that Marvel news, now let's get into our DC news. We got some Darkseid Concept Art, I think. Maybe it's Bigfoot. I've seen clearer pictures of Bigfoot, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe Elvis. Maybe Tupac.
Definitely Tupac.
Tupac concept art we got here.
Biggie, yeah.
Blurry as shit. I'm shocked this day and age that with all the technology, people can remake cuts of movies and everything else, but someone can't fucking enhance a picture a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, really? It's just no one can make that picture a little bit better. It's blurry as hell. But apparently it looks like we had some original DC concept art. We see some behind-the-scenes footage where this guy's trying to talk about Flash, but no one gives a shit about Flash because there's some concept art in the back there.
Yeah, basically. And I kind of knew this was going to happen once the extras and everything came out for the Justice League movie, that people are going to try to rip it apart and rip it apart in a good way of, going to, there you go, go into more of a investigative mode and go, okay, what else have we seen? Oh, Zack Snyder's in this shot. Prime example is the one that I thought clear as day would have been from Joss, where Superman is opening his shirt at the end, and there's Zack Snyder right there, filming that scene. So everyone's jumping into this investigative thing, and the latest thing, as Matt said, is Darkseid.
Or Bigfoot.
Or
Tupac.
Yeah, someone. It's I'd say Biggie before I would say Tupac. It's at least a bigger character. But yeah, it's posted on the wall, and it was next to someone else that people were saying maybe Steppenwolf without a helmet.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure that out. He has the loincloth fucking armor system, but there's no helmet, and it has a very similar build to Darkseid. That's what I was kind of confused about, because to me, the Steppenwolf we got in the theatrical version is kind of more lanky, I would think. Yeah. I would think he's taller. He's obnoxiously tall, according to Flash.
Right.
And skinnier. So the Darkseid version, I don't know. It's 50-50 whether or not it could be him without a helmet. Maybe it's the original concept art version.
It could be.
Of Steppenwolf. And then in the middle, it looks like there's one of those priest figures we got where for like a split second, you see him in the movie where they're helping bring the box together. Right. And you can actually you can clarify that because there's actually a guy that now we follow because I want to make sure, but JSMARANTZ on Instagram, he did some concept art, and his concept art he posted of the priests. is the same exact concept art that's in the middle there. So now everybody's flooding his comments on Instagram. Hey, is that your Darkseid picture on the side there? Can you post your Darkseid one since they didn't use it? Come on, post your Darkseid.
Come on, please, yeah.
All his comments are just full of that.
That's awesome.
It could be his. It may or may not. But yeah, the priest, and then we may have Steppenwolf. Who knows? It's something. Yeah. It's a blurry picture of something that resembles Bigfoot or Darkseid.
Yes, exactly.
Pick one.
One of those two.
All right, our next topic is the Shazam costume. We were lucky to get this released to us today.
Today, right before we started.
Unofficial look at the Shazam costume.
Yeah, yep.
All right, guys, this is Matt recording something after our initial recording on Tuesday. We record these once a week, so they're all bundled together. So this is actually Thursday, and I just wanted to add a little disclaimer in front of this video, because I have seen a lot of people defending and fighting against anybody that is being negative about this Shazam unofficial costume. Now, we have no reason to diss on the DCU just for fun. That is not what we do. If you look at our page, even for a minute, you will see that we are dedicated to the DCU. We feel all comic book genres, DC, Marvel, anything at Fox should all be represented well, and we enjoy them all for what they are in most aspects. The DCU is near and dear to our hearts. Hail Snydra, all the way. So there is no anger towards this. As you'll hear, we just feel the costume looks cheap. It feels like a set of pajamas mixed with a curtain. That's what we see in this shitty, poorly angled, probably cell phone camera picture. That's what we personally see. Now, to the fact that I keep seeing that people are saying it's comic accurate, so that makes it good. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, and I've talked to Shane as well. He doesn't necessarily agree with that. Just because it's comic accurate doesn't mean that the fact that the materials that it's made out of don't look of poor quality. And as we say in this, you'll hear it, we repeat it multiple times. By the time this movie comes out, it's gonna look great. We don't expect them not to put their A game, at least a little bit, into this costume. The DC universe, the Marvel universe, any of these comic universe have never slacked on costumes within like the last decade or so. I've seen somebody bring up the Captain America costume from the Avengers was kind of shitty looking. Yeah, I kind of agree with that one. But really, in the last decade, when this whole comic movie boom has happened, we haven't really got a shitty costume. I mean, if you look at the first leaked image of Man of Steel with Henry Cavill, you look at that costume, and that is damn near what we got in the movie. So that is kind of what our initial reaction is that you feel like at this point in the DC universe, these first reactions to the leaked costumes usually seem to be pretty good. This one just looks of poor quality, just like, as we also talk about this as well, the Captain Marvel, the Danvers version in Marvel. It looks like crap too. So again, there is no reason other than the fact that we just think it looks poor of quality. If it's comic accurate, yeah, it's comic accurate for the most part. It's a little bit of a blend, but at the same time, I just can't get over the fact that he looks like he's wearing a Halloween costume. Are Halloween costumes comic accurate most of the time? Yes, they are. That's the point. But definitely, this is just not the best showing for DC and the Shazam movie. This doesn't affect the movie at all for me, personally. I don't really care because I know for a fact that this thing is going to look great when we get to the movie. The movie is going to be fun. Sandberg is a great director, and I think he's meant to do this movie. So again, guys, don't take this personally. Again, we all have opinions. If you love the costume, that's fantastic. If you think this is great news, that this is fantastic, that is good for you too. Again, don't take this personally. It's all in the spirit of fun. Hail Snydra.
And there are some biased clickbait articles that are pretty funny regarding like, oh, look at this piece of shit. You know, and like click on this link so you can see the piece of shit costume or whatever the fuck Collider said. It is kind of intriguing. I don't think it's unfinished, and you know, I am taking it with a grain of salt. However, it looks pretty cheesy.
Oh, it looks awful. It looks awful. It looks like pajamas.
Yeah.
Like I pulled up some like the Halloween costume for Shazam.
And it's characters, pretty damn close to that. Yeah.
No, it looks better. The Halloween costumes.
It looks better.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The Halloween costumes, they look better.
Yeah. Like, what I'm hoping is that there's going to be some sort of After Effects rendering. It is weird all of a sudden. I can't think of his name, but the guy that... Holy shit, that does look pretty damn good. Oh man, the guy that had worked with Zack Snyder through the movies up until this point, who's done all the costume designs and stuff. I want to say it's like Wilkinson or something like that. Michael Wilkinson, maybe. I don't know. I'm just pulling that out of my ass, but he did a fantastic job. When you look at a lot of the behind the scenes of, you look at Batman, even Henry Cavill's Superman suit, Wonder Woman. There's a lot of almost, other than Cyborg, their suits are pretty damn close to what it is. The Flash, his had maybe a little bit of After Effects, with
Michael
the lightning,
Wilkinson,
but
yes, you're correct.
It is Michael Wilkinson. Holy shit! All right, I have no idea how I remember that, but there's a big transition now to where it looks like this one is going to be more CGI. I'm hoping there's some sort of touch-ups or something where his costume designs. Like, you look at the behind the scenes of Man of Steel, for example, there's some shots without his cape, but for the most part, his suit is his suit. There's a little, the color palette's a little bit different, but him wearing his suit is him. Whereas this, it feels like there's going to have to be a lot of CGI touch up.
Maybe there's gonna be some touch up. Maybe they're gonna have a lightning effect around him.
Yeah,
something to that effect. But yeah, it looks cheap. It looks bad. To kind of bring in some Marvel news here for everybody, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, that version, her suit came out in a leak recently.
Yeah.
And it looked awful as well.
It did, yeah.
I kind of posted a thing where I don't really think either DC or Marvel in like the last decade or so has not really put out a bad costume.
No.
So these are obviously going to be touch-ups somewhere. They're not going to look this shitty. There's no way.
Right.
There's no way these multi-million-dollar companies are going to put out that type of costume.
Yeah.
So there's going to be something done eventually. We obviously got to just wait and see, but that is not a great first impression.
No. It reminds me a lot of the TV show costumes that have come out. Yeah, but you look at a lot of the TV show costumes, Black Lightning and, even the Flash, they're just very cheesy. You look at the CW Flash versus Ezra Miller's Flash.
Hey, man, a lot of people love that CW Flash costume.
I don't get it. I do not get it.
Leather lovers.
You can see the zipper in the front. yeah, I guess. I do not get it. There's no comparison, but that's kind of what the Shazam suit reminded me of.
Also, for more Marvel news, just a quick little snippet, the costume designer for Black Panther was inspired by the Man of Steel costume.
Yes, I did see that. That's pretty awesome.
So that's pretty cool. He liked the design and made it. So there you go. More Marvel news.
Yeah, boom.
Look at that. We're fucking multi-talented. All right, next we got the Aquaman test screenings.
All right,
next. Well, apparently they were good. There's a lot of heart, but a lot of cool action at the same time.
Yeah, from some of the stuff that I read, and there's Matt and I were talking about if there were quotes or anything that
there was just one dude tweeting out a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it's well received so far. As Matt said, a lot of heart, action, and
he talks to fish.
Okay, I didn't hear that part.
There is one little thing that they put out, like a little statue or something. I don't know if this is official. I have no idea. But did you see this little statue of the costume?
That's what I was just getting to.
Fuck you then.
Okay, the guy...
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's okay.
God,
yeah, you should fucking be sorry. No. It's like tweeting.
I'm going to leave your remarks in the beginning in now.
It's like direct message tweet. No, don't do that. It's like direct message tweeting where, one person just keeps talking the whole time. And
never gives the other person a chance.
Yeah.
And then blocks them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
Yeah, I know. Not that we know, but...
No, not at all.
But, apparently the source that's been releasing all this information, he does say that there is the classic style suit in the Aquaman
it looked
movie.
okay, but at the same time, I don't like that. I don't like that. I guess they're really trying to get away from Aquaman being in pants because of that one review.
Fuck, I guess.
It's really fucked
again
them
reactionary.
Up. It really
change everything. So, reshoots.
I guess it's looking good so far for Aquaman. We'll see what DC ultimately does with this. It worries me that it's actually kind of accepted in test screenings. Makes me think not good thoughts, because that means it's not necessarily what I would want to see. But hey, Wonder Woman, I guess actually Wonder Woman's test screenings, it was called a mess, if you remember right. And then Batman versus Superman's test screenings got a standing ovation.
Standing ovation, yeah.
Justice League test screening, that non-existent Snyder Cut, was unwatchable.
Right.
Because it doesn't exist. That's why it's unwatchable.
Yeah. Gotcha there.
I could really add the sound effect in, but whatever. I can do it myself.
No, yeah, fuck it. We're too cheap.
Budget here.
Oh, one of the other things that they had talked about, which I thought this was kind of cool, is that this Aquaman has been confirmed, or at least according to the source, that it is happening post Justice League. There's the talks about Steppenwolf and all that stuff, but it does kind of make me wonder, how much are they going to delve into that? Is it actually going to be a pretty big part of it, or is it just mentioned and then kind of moved on? And all right, now it's Aquaman. So it is post Justice League, not pre, and it's also not on its own, which a lot of people were speculating. Is this going to start DC or / Warner Brothers is supposed to start this whole other slate of movies that is separate from the DC movie universe.
According to those things, Steppenwolf is mentioned specifically in this. So this is after Justice League, supposedly. If what this guy is tweeting out like crazy is even true at all. Yeah, we don't know if it's true, but it's just fun to repeat shit out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how the Nazis started. The last little bit of news here in our little quick pack. Joaquin Phoenix has been rumored forever now to play possibly the Joker in a Joker origin movie. An origin movie where a 40-year-old man is going to play an origin version of Joker.
Yeah, absolutely. This is also one of those movies that's rumored to be separate from the DC.
Oh, it's got like a producer, or like that. A writer, director, all this stuff. But yet, like, they can't get a Flash movie out. And this is not even announced by WB at all yet. Right. This is not, apparently it's supposed to start in May, production. Like, all this crap is supposed to happen. Like, they got all this news, but they have not announced
Take it with a grain of salt, according to my source.
Yeah. But one of the funny things that came up about this was the fact that Joaquin Phoenix has been apparently in the run here. And I guess Leonardo DiCaprio as well. A bunch of people on our Instagram said William Dafoe. I'm like, it's an origin movie.
Right.
William Dafoe's like fucking 60 years old. Like, what? It's an origin movie.
I guess it'll work.
I guess you want CGI face again?
Yeah. For the entire movie?
No. DC is not allowed to do CGI face ever again.
No, ever.
Anyway, this was kind of funny. A French publication called We Surrender spoke with Phoenix. Almost got away with it without laughing. It's actually called Allosoin or whatever, but, French publication, We Surrender. Okay, anyway. Spoke with Phoenix recently and couldn't help asking about the news of him starring in the Joker movie, or in a Joker movie. The actor claimed he had never even heard of the project until now, answering what movie about the Joker when asked about the possible involvement.
Nice.
And the article, of course, now spins it. Responses like this have become common in Hollywood, as news about casting often circulates before the actors have even officially signed on.
Right. Just like Armie Hammer was in Justice League.
Yeah. He was supposed to be Green Lantern, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't wait.
Yeah, he was Green Lantern.
Or he was supposed to be Shazam too at one point.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was
the Hal Jordan, then he was like leaning towards that. And I love his response to that. Like, he kept calling his publicist, or who is that? Like a manager or whatever.
Yeah.
His the guy to get him
talent manager or something like that. Yeah.
To get him in the movies. He's like, so are you sure that WB hasn't called? Because he's reading all these articles. Like he's in the running for all these positions.
Wow. All right.
He's in the running for all these positions, all these things in DC movies. Like, has WB called? And the guy's like, no. Really? Are you sure? Like, no one's contacted. Like, he knows nothing about it. As we've seen, well, he's still a chance for him to be Green Lantern, but he's definitely not Shazam.
No,
they picked some other retard to do that. Yeah. Some guy I still don't know who. At least I knew who Armie Hammer was. I don't know who the fuck this Good Luck Chuck guy is.
Yeah, Zachary Levi. So far he is looking to fit the part, but I don't know. He's looking. I digress.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. You're one of very few to make it to the end.
Yes, thank you very much.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Comic Movie Marks Podcast and hit the notification bell. All these fucking YouTube channels say this shit, so I'm going to say it now.
Yes, it's perfect. And if you want to hear our full podcast, you can check out our podcast on iTunes or any other podcast subscription service.
Make sure you subscribe. Thanks again.